And welcome to everyone here from Panther Arena in downtown snowy and cold Milwaukee. It's the Major Arena Soccer League, the Milwaukee Wave hosting the San Diego Sockers. 23 championships combined between the clubs, 16 for SD, 7 for MKE. And Art Kramer, should be a good battle tonight here between two of the top teams in the Major Arena Soccer League.
Yeah, you think these guys from San Diego like the snow?
Not too much. They're very happy to be playing indoors tonight. I can guarantee you that. Well, so are the Milwaukee guys.
These two teams played about a month ago in San Diego, and I think the temperature, as Craig Elston said, was a balmy 71 degrees.
That sounds pretty nice right now. Wave won that. That was actually the season opener for Milwaukee with that 8-4 victory at Front Wave Arena in Oceanside, California, just to the north of San Diego. Sockers in the white uniforms going left to right as we look at the action. And the initial shot off the mark. Alex Steinwasser brings it out. Derek Huffman at midfield, but he is checked off the play by Leo de Oliveira. Now Taylor Bond across for Nick Pereira. Nick in his 14th season played his first 2 indoor campaigns right here in Milwaukee with the Wave.
And I think one of the keys tonight, Tom, if the Wave is going to have success, is to limit big number 77, Nick Pereira.
Absolutely. Nick comes into tonight's game as their second leading scorer, 4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points. The reigning MASL Offensive Player of the Week. The reigning Defensive Player of the Week is the Wave's own Mario Alvarez, Super Mario, getting league honors for his 2-goal, 3-assist effort in Kansas City and the Wave's 8-7 win over the Comets last Saturday. And the goalkeeper of the week, also involved in today's game, that's Boris Pardo for the Sockers, the legendary Boris Pardo, who has just about all the goalkeeping records in MASL history, now in the 12th season of this league, coming off a couple of road wins at Baltimore and Utica. Each of those games, the Sockers fell behind 3-0, but came rallying back to win both times.
Yeah, Boris Pardo, aptly named the King of Queens, the native of Queens, New York.
Seton Hall University, now in his 10th year with the Sockers. Drew Ruggles, former Wave star, spent 4 years earlier in his career here with Milwaukee.
Actually, Drew had a goal in the Waves' first matchup with San Diego, and right now he's stuck on 99 career goals.
Which ties him with Waves' first-year coach, Marcio Leite. So we'll see if Marcio can inspire the boys to prevent Drew from getting the 100th here. There's a drive by Mendez, Sebastian Mendez. Shot was wide left. Rebound to the near wing. Craig Childs going to get called for the foul as he checks Correa into the board. There you go, look at Childs, another MASL legend.
Yeah, this is Craig's last season for San Diego, and legend indeed. The guy's got over 500 career goals for San Diego.
His 17th and final campaign, 206 regular season MASL games coming into this one, 469 points, the 4th all-time leading scorer in MASL history. Frank Taillou tops 583. Ian Bennett, who's injured again, out with that knee injury that's kept him out of the lineup for all but just 4 games this season.
Remember, when we talk about these stats, we just talk about the MASL stats, but there's other leagues that these guys have played in throughout the years, and that's why Childs has had over 500 career goals.
Yep. The former Poway High School star who played his college ball at San Diego State University. Anyway, Ian Bennett is second all-time in MASL scoring, 518 points. As a bouncing ball is wide, Willie B will get it, play it out for Huffman. Then Nick Pereira, 494 points for the San Diego Sockers. And then Craig Childs after that. Alex Steinwasser lost his footing. Here comes De Oliveira coming in and trying to get around Willie B. And good defense by the Wave to prevent a chance there. Crowd still rolling in here. As I mentioned, that we've got some snow outside. It started snowing early afternoon, and it hasn't let up. Not an intense blizzard or anything like that, but it's starting to really accumulate, and the snow is supposed to continue through the night. Off the end board, Andre Hain working against Mitchell Cardenas. Andre, the big Brazilian. Drops it to the middle. Shot and a goal! Max Ludwig. And the Wave leads it 1-0.
Well, check out this assist by Andre Hayne. Stuck it down in the corner. He just lifted the ball over the San Diego defender's head to Max Ludwig. Ludwig, by the way, had a goal and 2 assists in his first game against San Diego, and he made no mistake. Put it over the top of Boris Pardos' head, and the Wave leads 1-0. Watch this assist right here. 3 guys, and he just decides not to go left, not to go right, but over the top of the San Diego defenders, perfectly placed to Max Ludwig.
The 5th for Ludwig. Ludwig van Maxtoven's 5th. And Andre Hayne with his 5th assist. So the Wave able to get on the board first tonight as they lead it 1-0 over the Sockers. This is the battle for second place taking place here tonight. San Diego comes in at 5-2-1 for a total of 16 points. 3-1-0 on the road. The Wave 5-1-2. That's wins, losses, overtime losses, with 3, 2, and 1 point rewarded respectively for those results. 16 points tied with the Sockers. 2-0-0 at home. Wave has played the fewest home games in the league coming into tonight's action. In the far corner, as eventually a foul is going to get called against Adrian Reyes. There you go, look at Adrian.
And we'll see the league leaders in the standings tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon, the Kansas City Comets roll into town. In fact, they're on their bus here. In fact, they might be at the game tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were scheduled to leave this morning from Kansas City after their 9-2 victory over the Tacoma Stars last night. And so depending on the road conditions, they may already be here. Porto steps out to get Alex Steinwasser rips one in the block. Made by Drew Ruggles, a goal-saving block.
That ball got
Ruggles.
stuck in between Ruggles' 2 feet right there.
Alex Steinwasser again off the end board in front, looking for Huffman. Derek with the leaping back heel attempt, but covered up by Pardo. So Alex Steinwasser with a pretty good shift there. Ball is sent directly into the arms of Willie Bonahene. Willie in his 4th year with the Wave, his 7th overall after 3 initial years in Harrisburg in this league. 7-4-1 with a 5.99 goals against average, 67.2% save percentage. Boris Pardo, on the other hand, his counterpart, 6 games started out of 7, 4-2-0, 4.24 goals against average, 76.8 save percentage. 2 of the best goalkeepers in the league going at it here tonight. Sean Esqueda, the Whitefish Bay native, plays it back out to Mario Alvarez. And now they'll work it for Max Ludwig. Max had the goal to put Milwaukee up 1-0, taken away by Cesar Cerda. And he's going to draw the foul that time from Ludwig.
Yeah, we know San Diego is loaded offensively and defensively. One guy that's not here tonight is Charlie Gonzalez, their leading scorer.
Tavoy Morgan rolling in and just right. Yeah, that's a key loss for the Sockers for sure. Tops the Sockers with 16 points. And always seems to be a guy who comes up with the big goal and the big assist when needed for San Diego. Charlie Gonzalez in 194 career games, 318 points, 181 goals, 137 assists for the Lancaster, California native. His older brother, Jose Baby Gonzalez, is in uniform for tonight's game. Jose wearing number 30. They call him Baby, but he's actually older.
Yeah, right.
Tony Walls will clear the zone out to midfield. Giving chase is Oscar Flores as Cardenas gets the pass over to Pardo, and now they work it upfield. Jesus Pacheco, number 91, turns and gives off as the shot comes in wide from De Oliveira. Nick Pereira with the rebound. Pass deflected right back in the arms of Bonahene. Max Ferdinand out of the back for Stuart Grable. Stewart in his 10th season, all with the Wave, from Neenah, Wisconsin, and UW Green Bay. Max, the Haitian native, who spent some of his formative years in Reading, Pennsylvania, controlling it now. 14th season in indoor soccer, his 8th with the Wave. Takeaway by Pereira. Nick coming in 1-on-2 as Correa comes over to help out, and well done by the Wave to take it away. Correa up for Huffman. Huff turns, feeds it on the far wing to Cesar. Working against the boards on the far side as he was battling with Adrian Reyes. Off the ball, we had Correa pushed down, but they play on. Our officials tonight, Rich Grady, Brian Martin, two of the best in the MASL. Long ball ahead. Javi Steinwasser chases it down off the wall. As Reyes got back defensively. Inboard pass coming near side. Alex shot, kick save, Pardo. Rebound, follow, they score!
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again as Pardo kicked out the rebound on Alex Steinwasser's first shot, but right back to Steinwasser, and he made no mistake on the second try.
Alex.
Good start here for the Wave. 2-0 earlier in the first.
The younger of the Steinwasser brothers with his 7th goal of the year, also has 7 assists for 14 points, so he is 3rd on the Wave team scoring list. We got a timeout on the field, so we will take a break. 6:15 left to go first period. It's Milwaukee 2, San Diego nothing. The MASL 2-0, the Milwaukee Wave leading the San Diego Sockers. 6:15 left to go first period. Goals from Max Ludwig and Alex Steinwasser. Alex had a pair out in San Diego in the Wave's opening game this year. That was back on December 7th in helping pace the Wave to an 8-4 victory over the Sockers.
Actually, he got the #1 star in that first game.
Yes, he did. He had a pair, Oscar Flores had a pair, and the injured Ricardo Carvalho had a pair. Ricardo's been out with a broken toe for about a month, but in talking to Coach Marcio Leite before the game, Marcio said that hopefully that boot is coming off that's protecting that broken toe in another week or so, and then hopefully be able to work out. So we'll see if perhaps we could still get Ricardo back before the end of the season. Pressure being applied by the Wave. Number 18 is the newly acquired Mike Da Silva, making his debut for the Wave. Mike, a veteran who's been around the MASL for 6 seasons. Originally from Lagos, Nigeria, but spent a lot of his formative years here in Milwaukee since he was 12 years old, attended Milwaukee Lutheran High School, and then Cardinal Stritch University, which is also the alma mater of our regular TV producer, Ian Thompson. Ian, not here tonight. I believe he is on a southern excursion down in Florida, so that was good timing for Ian with the current weather.
Yeah, I'd say.
But yeah, he and Ian, both graduates of Cardinal Stritch, was, of course, unfortunately had to close down a couple of years ago. Tavoy Morgan trying to come in, and eventually we're going to have a foul called on Morgan as trying to head that one, and he ended up knocking Flores. Oscar is down, and
let's watch here on the replay. Tavoy, ooh, going for the head ball, and
ooh. No, it was
unfortunately missed the ball.
Yeah, no, I don't think there was malicious intent.
No, there wasn't.
But boy, he did catch Flores with a good one. Oscar coming back to the lineup. He missed the game in Kansas City due to a sprained ankle. But now he's got to see if his jaw's okay. Mario Alvarez will serve it downfield. Huffman batting with De Oliveira. Now a header by Tony Walls to keep it moving forward. Played out of the back. Alvarez will get there for the Wave. Pressure coming from Bebe Gonzalez, number 30.
We talked about the Wave needing to limit Nick Pereira. I think they need to be good in transition.
Back heel, Sanchez coming through, trying to play it off the wall in the corner, but it went right to Boris Pardo.
And then thirdly, we haven't had any yet, but the special teams tonight are going to be big for both teams. San Diego's been very good on their set pieces, as has the Wave so far.
Wave's been good on the set pieces as of late. Still looking to get that power play tuned up a little bit. And penalty killing has not been their strongest suit either. So
no, just 43% on the season so far.
pass hit Huffman as he was going out for a change, but Sanchez gives it. Alex tied with Mario Alvarez for the Wave team leadership in scoring with 16 points coming in. They were both tied for third in the league scoring race, along with Baltimore's Jonatas Mello and
Charlie Gonzalez.
Zach Reagan of Kansas City leads with 24. Rion Marquez, his teammate in KC, has 21 for second place in the scoring race.
Well played that time by Willie B.
Could be a 3-2 if they can move it up, but a good block defensively. Now, De Oliveira with a shot save, Willie B. Best save of the night so far for Will the Wall. Corner kick coming, San Diego. Take a look one more time as this shot from Leo De Oliveira was well placed, but a great job by Benahene to parry it away. Now back comes Milwaukee as Correa will lay it off. Turning shot, Javi Steinwasser, he was trying to find Grable at the far post.
And there's the Wave in transition that time, beating San Diego down the floor.
Good intervention that time by the Sockers defense to prevent Milwaukee from going up 3-0. Morgan stiffs a foot in to poke it away from Grable. And now Pacheco will send it back for Cardenas. So Mendez back in the lineup, but the Sockers still missing Morales and Acosta, as Luis Morales, Gabriel Acosta, who are both participating with the U.S. team in the Kings League Nations Cup down in Brazil. U.S. team making it to the quarterfinals before bowing out with a loss to Spain, but a pretty good showing by the U.S. team. Had a few other MASL guys on that team, most notably Stefan Mijatovic, last employed by the Kansas City Comets in this league. Pacheco gets free in the corner, fires a shot and a goal. Boy, what an effort that time by Jesus Pacheco. And San Diego's on the board. They trail it 2-1.
Yeah, good play by Jesus. He not only had to deal with the two Wave defenders, had to deal with referee Rich Grady down there in that corner as well. But when he freed himself up, a little toe poke, it got under Willie B, and San Diego's on the board.
Pacheco gets his first goal of the year to go along with 3 assists. Jesus Pacheco, first season with the Sockers, his 7th in the league. So that's his first goal as a member of the San Diego Sockers. You've got to feel pretty good about that. Well, he had to work his tail off to get it, no question about it, to win it from 2 defenders and then come in and score. And the Sockers now just down a goal 2-1. Again, San Diego falling behind 2-0. I don't think they were overly concerned. Remember the last 2 games they played, also both on the road. They were down 3-0 in each of those to Baltimore and Utica respectively, and rallied back to win.
3-line pass that time by the Wave.
Yeah,
but now they've
delayed call, but
finally spotted it.
It was an accurate call. Max Ferdinand launching that 3-line pass. So San Diego will get possession at its attacking line to the right. Sockers with the momentum now, having just gotten that goal from Pacheco at 12:55.
Second restart opportunity tonight for San Diego. Childs on the ball to put it in play.
Craig Childs, the 41-year-old legend. He'll lay it off. Pacheco goes to the corner. They try to work it in front, broken up. Andre Hain sending it ahead to the Steinwasser brothers, but unfortunately right in between. Steinwasser brothers combined for 2 goals themselves in Kansas City. That one deflects out of play, and fortunately for the Wave, they're going to say a deflection out.
Oh, they got it wrong. They did not see that one correctly. So the ball did take a deflection. They're going to give the Sockers a top of the arc restart.
Otherwise, the Sockers would have had to kick it in from the near board out near the line. So another great opportunity for San Diego. You don't want to give these guys too many restarts. Childs coming up. He will come in near side. Ruggles! And trying to put one in the return address slot just a little bit high and wide. So Willie Benahene in the Wave, still with a 2-1 lead. Minute 34 left to go here in the first quarter. Outlet for Flores. He and Correa trying to gain control. Fighting along the near boards. Sockers get it. Alvarez with it for Milwaukee. Getting chased by Bebe Gonzalez. Now Ludwig moving up the field. Finds Flores. Oscar lost it for a moment. De Silva gets it back as he plays it over for Correa. Correa and Alvarez, your defenders right now for Milwaukee. Saucy Sanchez into the zone. He was trying to get it for Flores, but off the mark. Pardo comes up with it. Less than a minute to go here in the first period. A high action first period here from the arena. Header on by Morgan, but Willie B will gather that. Bunahene from the Rochester, New York area, Brighton High School, which was the same high school that produced Ernie Clement of the Toronto Blue Jays. Hoffman able to win it. Back it comes. Shot by Sanchez. Turned away. Alex Steinwasser unlucky off the frame on the rebound.
I think that one was easier than the one that he scored.
So the Sockers dodge a bullet there. Now Sanchez stepping in to try to win it. And it deflects off him out of bounds. And
6 seconds left.
They're going to say last touch by the Oliveira and the Sockers.
Wave looks to probably isolate Sanchez here. 6 seconds left.
He's standing behind Ludwig. Now Alex will curl one in, blocked in front by Cerda, and that will do it for the period. So both teams with volumes of scoring chances here in the first period. Total of 3 goals, and as we go to the break, it's Milwaukee 2, San Diego 1. You're watching on MASL TV. Wave out shooting the Sockers 9-7 in the first period. Any predictions on this second period, AK, if we're talking about MASL predictions?
No, I think both teams are doing pretty well defensively. San Diego's forwards are doing a nice job of stripping the Wave right around the yellow line. That's created some chances, but the Wave is capitalized on a couple good rushes of their own.
Mario Alvarez chips one wide right. Follow up with a blast off the glass. And now Drew Ruggles starts back the other way. Childs ahead. Pacheco centering on the play. Tony Wall's there to poke it away. Javi Steinwasser keeps it in. Nudges ahead for Andre Hain, but the pass behind him. Andre coming back to the lineup after missing the game in KC last week. That was a thriller. 8-7, the Wave hung on to win it. The Comets nearly tying it up in the final second of play on Nick Vasoste in KC. Nick, the longtime outstanding voice of the Kansas City Comets. He and Eric Bergrud, the broadcast team down there that does such a fine job, being honored for his 30 years as voice of Kansas City soccer. But the Waves spoiled the party there with the 8-7 win. They've beaten the Comets twice this year, both in KC. And the Comets will be here tomorrow. And I got a feeling they are going to want to at least get one on the board against the Wave tomorrow. Game time, 2 o'clock. Go to MilwaukeeWave.com for tickets and info. MilwaukeeWave.com, your source.
San Diego, Phil Salvaggio has thrown the challenge flag as they thought there was a handball.
So we will have our MASL video review. Rich Grady, along with Brian Martin, will check it out.
If he ever gets away from the San Diego players down there.
They were forming a wall around Rich. He didn't have much room. Finally was able to extricate himself away from the Sockers at the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica as we continue to take a look at the video.
And it definitely looked like a handball.
After review, there was handling. The result will be a free kick, top of the arc, no blue card.
Okay.
So the ruling is that it wasn't a sure goal scoring opportunity. That's why they take it top of the arc instead of the penalty kick. So obviously a break for the Wave. Remember, MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboard highlights, and more. Sockers will prepare for the free kick top of the arc.
And I believe Salvaggio gets that challenge flag back.
Yeah, because they did get possession of the ball on the free kick, even though it wasn't, didn't turn out to be a penalty kick. Pacheco slides it, and a shot by Leo De Oliveira, and a save, Willie B. Great save by Bonaheny.
Second time that Willie B has robbed De Oliveira.
I don't think he really got a good look at that one till the last moment. Escueda had that one go off his foot, but he gets it back from Cerda. And it comes Andre Hain. I think he was trying to flick on header, but unfortunately he put it to the corner. We've seen Andre do a few flick headers to score in his career here with Milwaukee.
He needed a skim that time instead of a flick.
Take away, Alex Steinwasser steps in. Back heel ahead. De Oliveira to Pacheco. Comes in with a shot blocked by Escueda. And the Sockers will reload with the possession on their offensive half of midfield. Drew Ruggles with that long flowing hair down the back of his jersey. Actually going below his uniform number these days. Taylor Bond with the shot. Stopped by Willie B. Bond, a longtime veteran in this league. His 12th season, 5th with San Diego. Takeaway. Now Bond's shot is partially blocked from behind by Correa. Good track back by Cesar, as it looked like Taylor Bond was going to get a good crack at one.
Unfortunately, it was on his left foot, and he's a pronounced righty.
Mendez trying to get past Alex Steinwasser.
There's your lefty right there, Mendez.
Cerda works it to the post. Morgan back for Cerda, getting to the end board, and Willie B will cover up.
Good recovery run that time by Oscar Flores to take it away from Cerda.
Outlet for Alex Steinwasser ahead to Flores. Oscar, the Venezuelan native, coming to Milwaukee from the Chicago area. Plays it back out for Max Ferdinand, now over to Max Ludwig. That's Max squared back there right now, Ludwig and Ferdinand. Headed up and over the glass.
That should be top of the arc.
And yes, it will be. Again, if it's intentionally played without hitting turf, glass, or boards, it's top of the arc. If it's a deflection, block shot, unintentional, it would be from the spot in which it left the field. All right, good chance for the Wave. Alvarez with Walls behind him. Mario will play it far side. Huffman's shot turned away by Pardo. Huff gets it back, works it across for Tony Walls. Tony double teamed, trying to get through. Tony still coming to the corner off the glass and headed away far side. Good persistence that time by Tony Walls.
Saw that last restart by the Wave. The Wave without any lefties on the team right now, with Carvalho going down with the injury. I saw Marcio Leite on social media the other day said to Samir Nasanovic, who was a former lefty for the Wave, hey, you come back and play, I need a lefty.
Cerda bouncing ball deflects in. Ruggles, top of the area, lays it off, shot and a goal. As he played it back to Andrew Estrella, and the first goal of Estrella's career has tied it up at two-piece. And Estrella is born perhaps here in Milwaukee with his first goal for the Sockers, and it comes at 4:24 of the second period.
There you see the Wave kind of standing around in their own zone, three men. Walls never stepped out.
I believe Ruggles will get credit for the assist. Drew gets his first assist to go along with a couple of goals this year. So the Sockers, after yielding the first two, have tied it up at two apiece. That's the first goal of the second period as well. Pardo coming to the near corner trying to shield off Sanchez. Will turn and serve it out of the zone, but Alex Steinwasser there to get it for Milwaukee. So back to even as the Wave controls. Second meeting of the year between the clubs. Wave trying to beat the Sockers for the second straight time. This is only the second regular season game San Diego's ever played in Milwaukee. Hain coming to the corner, but he gets cut off there, and the ball is cleared out of the zone. Correa will get it. All time in the series, the Wave leads it 11-5. That's going back to the MASL 2 days when the Wave and the Sockers battled 10 times during that era. The Wave won 9 out of 10. But then San Diego had taken a 4-1 lead against Milwaukee regular season-wise in the MASL. They also have defeated Milwaukee in a playoff series in which they took 2 straight in the 21-22 Ron Newman Cup playoffs.
Good stretch of possession here for the Wave, dealing with San Diego's pressure.
Max trying to step up and get it, but he can't. Cardenas feeds it up at Reyes. Off the inboard, Willie B diving out to get a piece of it. Juan Salazar was running on the near wing to try to get that one. So all told, Milwaukee leading the regular season series 11-5. 5-1 here in Milwaukee. And the Sockers with a 2-0 lead in the postseason. Great play there by
good pressure
Taylor
that time
Bond
by San Diego.
when the Wave was trying to move it upfield. Approaching the midway point of the second quarter, still tied at 2. Last time the teams met here in Milwaukee was at the tail end of the 23-24 season. Sockers came away with a 3-2 victory over the Wave. Drew Ruggles had a marker in that one, as I recall. Max Ferdinand, double team far corner. Can he get it out of there? He can't. As it's played in, and as Bonahenne tried to cover it up, Drew Ruggles puts it in. Goal number 100 of his MASL career. That breaks a tie with Wave coach Marcio Leite on the all-time MASL goal scoring list, and San Diego leads it 3-2.
Good pressure that time by San Diego to win the ball. It was Estrella in the corner to win it. Not only did he score a goal, he picked up an assist on that one as well. See right there.
We will take a break. 7:43 left to go first half. It's now San Diego 3, Milwaukee 2 on MASL TV. 3-2, the San Diego Sockers leading the Milwaukee Wave with 7:43 left to go in the first half. Tom Wynn and Art Kramer along with you here on MASL TV. The lights are bright and the fans are loud. It's the San Diego Sockers taking on the Milwaukee Wave. Stream it live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, live it again. Make sure to mark your favorite team to get instant updates on every game. That's MASL Plus. And don't forget, you can catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Basavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Well, right now, the San Diego Sockers are a hot topic. They've scored 3 goals in a row to rally from a 2-0 deficit. What's turned it around, AK, so far?
Estrella. Estrella's turned it around. He's got Pato on the back of his shirt, right? That's his nickname, Pato. He's playing like another Pato that we used to see here in Milwaukee, Pato Morehead.
Yeah, Pato Morehead. Big timer for Chicago, among other teams. Alex Steinwasser lays it off. Huff, turning, shooting, goal! Bar down for Huff the Stuff. His first goal of the season in his first home game of the year. And we're tied at 3 apiece.
Well, Tom, remember we were talking before the game, and I said, what do you think, it's going to be a low-scoring game or a high-scoring game? And I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game with these two offenses. And the Wave with an answer right there to 3 unanswered by San Diego. I thought Huff had took his chance away when he took the touch, but Pardo came out, and Huff roofed it right there, just under the bar.
Alex Steinwasser with the assist. He's now got 8 on the year. Also scored a goal earlier tonight.
That was Huff's first goal of the season.
And Huff's first goal of the season. And again, this is his first home game because he had been on league suspension in the previous 2 games. So great to have Huff, obviously, back on the field. He came back for that game in Kansas City, and now in his home debut, he bangs in a goal. And for Derek Huffman, in his 139th MASL contest, 86 goals, 68 assists. 62nd goal of his Wave career. Max, good job to step in and cut that one off. Andre Hayne with it. Andre working his way around a couple of defenders. He's 3-on-4. Still coming as Ruggles got a foot in. Now Ludwig following the play. Far side Sanchez. Alex bopped one up into his face as he's trying to control. They triple team the ball on the far board. Rolled to the middle, but Ruggles sweeps it away.
And Ludwig just continued on. He would have had a tap in right there.
So tied at 3 apiece. That goal by Huffman broke a 3-goal run for San Diego. We got a good one going so far here tonight in Milwaukee. Flores able to keep it as Ludwig ran by. Coming into tonight's contest, Wave had outscored their opponents 54-48. Milwaukee, the second highest scoring team in the league. San Diego scored 43, gave up 33. Mendez with a blast that's wide. Flores with the rebound will drop it back. Mario Alvarez finds Ludwig in the middle. Now they try to step up the left side. Potential 2-on-2, but Sanchez is tracked down as Estrella pushes him down. That was a silly foul there by Estrella. There you get a look at Andrew Estrella, 26-year-old. I think he went to Eastlake High School out in the San Diego area. Well, he's already made an impact in this game with a goal and assist, his first in each category respectively for his career. And now, as Alex Steinwasser puts it back in, they're going to call him for a foul for trying to set a screen. Quick restart by the Sockers. One thing about the Sockers, similar to playing Kansas City, they will always look to put it in quickly. Estrella! Put it off the frame. Wave very fortunate that didn't go in. Wow, Andrew Estrella all of a sudden emerging here tonight.
We saw him push Sanchez down. He's looking to make a move like Sanchez.
Sanchez at midfield as a little mix-up, but finally he gets it over to Alvarez, now Correa. Nice crowd here tonight on a cold and snowy Saturday night Milwaukee. Got to believe the crowd would have been a little bigger except for not the greatest road conditions out there. To the corner, Hayne battling against De Oliveira. Leo chucks him off to play. Leo, another long-time veteran.
2-on-1.
Near side, Salazar looking to cross. Shot right on, and a good save made by Willie B. Alvarez has it. Will drop it back as Wave is changing up front. Stuart Grable. Nice ball ahead to Oscar Flores. Turning. Oscar trying to get around. Oscar coming in with a shot and a kick save by Pardo. Now he's got to punch it out. Ludwig.
Good target play that time by Flores to spin the defender and then quickly get off the shot that Pardo made his best save of the evening.
Oscar's a pretty good looking rookie up there. Rangy guy, big frame, and he's got some.
He's quick too.
School. Yep, sure it is. Now, Ludwig thought that Flores was going to come to the near side of the box, but unfortunately they weren't on the same page. San Diego working it upfield with just over 3 minutes left to go here in the first half. Leo De Oliveira, the 37 years old, originally from Rio de Janeiro. And he has had a tremendous career. He was the league's pass master, the leading playmaker from a few years ago. 183 games with 132 goals, 195 assists. As Bonahene will scoop that one up. De Oliveira in his 11th season, as I mentioned, and his 8th with San Diego. He started out with the old Detroit Wazaflow, well, which is actually an M3 team right now. But they were one and done in MASL 1. but he was on that team. There's a shot. Save, will he be?
Mendez with the try that time. He finally got one on target.
Estrella to Morgan off the inboard. Cleared out by Escueta, but that one deflected off the glass. So no top of the arc restart. Sockers will play it in from the near point. See Marcio Leite trying to communicate something with the bench down there. Ruggles drives it in off the inboard. Mendez trying to work the 1-2, got it back, quick shot. And it was just wide. Nice looking play there by the Sockers. Steinwasser steps up. Alex trying to push upfield. Trying to come in on the breakaway. Steinwasser coming in. Shot, kick save. Rebound, Grable. Fire shot, a goal! Stewie, baby! Wave leads 4-3.
Well, the rebounds have not been nice to Boris Pardo here this evening. There's another one that goes right back to a Wave player off a save. And this time it was Grable who finished off Alex Steinwasser's initial shot. But Boris right there in good position to make the first stop, but that rebound came right back to Grable.
Stewart with his first of the year. Alex Sanchez will get the assist. And for Stuart Grable, now in his 10th season with the Wave, the native of Neenah, Wisconsin, 24 goals to go along with 37 assists, 61 career points in 181 games. Doesn't score a lot, but usually the goals he gets are pretty big. Quickly, Sockers back after the kickoff. And the shot by Salazar is over the goal. However, it was deflected by the Wave. Corner kick Sockers. And they center it across and...
oh, man, he let him play it quick, but now he's going to call it back.
Again, San Diego hustling on the field to take the corner kick. Escueta ended up making a lunging effort to try to deflect out.
That would have been interesting to see had that gone in, had they called it a goal. Because Brian Martin was going to give him another chance here.
Childs to put it in again. He gets it back. Turning shot is out of play.
Which you're not going to see a lot from Childs. He is very, very accurate with his shooting.
Yeah, especially, you get him in those power play and restart situations.
Yeah. He hits it 9 out of 10 times on target.
All right, timeout called. I believe we're going to keep it right here with 1:24 left to go. And Milwaukee leading it 4-3. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. And subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game ring broadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. So we've had a good one going so far here in Milwaukee. Again, the only game of the night in the Major Arena Soccer League. Wave scored the first 2 goals. San Diego answered with the next 3. Wave has responded with the next 2, and Milwaukee leads it 4-3. Alex Steinwasser with a goal and 2 assists thus far to pace Milwaukee, and Andrew Estrella with a goal and assist to lead the Sockers thus far.
Not a lot from Pereira for San Diego, and not a lot from Sanchez for the Wave so far.
Nick Pereira, the reigning offensive player of the week, had the hat trick in Baltimore in that 9-6 victory last Saturday, but then got shut down at Utica City the following day. However, the Sockers were still able to prevail with a 4-3 victory. And so...
and he was very unlucky not to pick up like 3 assists in Utica City, by the way.
Put it on a platter there for a couple of the guys, but...
he was serving up some platters.
The Sockers playing their 4th consecutive road game, and they will stay on the road for their next contest. That's coming up this Thursday night in Ontario, California, when they battle the Empire Strikers in the Southern California Derby. So make sure to check that one out, especially if you're in the area out there. And I guarantee you there won't be any snow to impede the fans driving from San Diego.
It'll be a lot warmer too, man. It is cold, cold, cold out there.
Yeah, next couple days is going to be freezing. By the way, for you Los Angeles Rams fans out there, game time temperature expected to be in the single digits tomorrow at 5:30 Central Time. Oh, and by the way, it's usually pretty windy down at Soldier Field. Rams are trying to say it's just another game, AK. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. And, of course, I'm not speaking as a Bears fan. I'm just speaking as a neutral observer. Far side, Sanchez, center of the play. What a ball from Saucy to Hayne. 5-3 Milwaukee.
Well, a timely goal for the Wave to go up 2 before halftime. Once again, beating the Sockers down the field in transition.
Andre Hayne turns on the light. Third straight goal for Milwaukee. And for Andre, his 4th of the season. He also had an assist earlier tonight, so 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. And Alex Sanchez with the assist. Beautiful pass.
Well, it was a great run to collect the ball before it hit the boards. Caught up to that ball and was able to pass it first time to Andre Hayne. There you see him rubbing that right knee.
Sanchez, the Waves' leading scorer with his 5th assist, 17 points. Alex Steinwasser would have had the hockey assist on that one, I believe. Good transition goal by the Waves, so they've come back with 3 straight after the Sockers scored 3 straight. Benahene scoops that one up after Tavoy Morgan couldn't control. Willie B out for Flores. Back he'll leave as Ludwig tries to get to it. Serta cuts him off. Cesar Serta. Pacheco, they will move it out of the zone. Still 20 seconds to go in the half. Tony Walls for Sean Escueta. Nicely corralled by Taylor Benond. Up ahead, Pacheco 2-on-1. Tony Walls slid out, couldn't get it.
Wow.
And Willie B covers up.
What a play by Ludwig as Pacheco was trying to find Tavoy Morgan at the far post, who was wide open.
Wow, and that'll do it for the first half. Action-packed first half today here in Milwaukee. And the Wave will go to the locker room with a 5-3 advantage.
The big stars haven't gotten off yet.
See if the Wave can try to keep tabs on Tavoy Morgan. Tavoy having a slow start offensively this year.
Well, San Diego desperately needs to get Tavoy Morgan untracked. He's only got 2 goals, 2 assists through 7 games.
And we're talking about a guy, AK, now in his 8th season, 6th in San Diego, in 134 career regular season games, 162 goals, 68 assists, so 230 points.
Yeah, he's way off his average. He's short sample size so far, but boy, San Diego needs to get Tavoy going.
Sockers in the white uniforms, they go left to right here as we look at the second half action. Almost a little mix-up there as Pereira was going off for a change. But Sockers retain possession now. Mendez gets
move
around Sanchez. Here he comes, and the shot cleared behind by Oscar Flores. D9. Sebastian Mendez a goal. Good hustle back there by Oscar. Speaking of Oscar, he's got it in the corner working against De Oliveira. Spinning, trying to get in, lays it off. Oh, Mad Max! Rebound! Follow looked like a potential handball against the Sockers.
I think that was Leo in behind Pardo, who parried that one away.
Well, coaching staff's talking about it down there, but no challenge flag yet. Javi Steinwasser, Flores. Wow, the Wave had 2 great chances. Max Ferdinand, unfortunately, put one right off the bar, and then I'm not sure who that was running through for a shot, but up here it looked like a handball, but apparently not, or at least not enough for the coaching staff to challenge. 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Milwaukee still leads at 5-3. Ruggles up ahead. Cardenas trying to come in. Escueta got there first. Now the Sockers get it back. They will recycle out in their midfield. Salazar will circle behind Estrella. And now for Drew Ruggles. Drew, the veteran out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. He has appeared in each of the 12 seasons of the Major Arena Soccer League. now in his third year with the Sockers. And his goal that made it 3-2 in favor of San Diego in the first half was goal number 100 of his illustrious MASL career. Drew, of course, played 4 years here in Milwaukee. He was a member of the Wave's last league championship squad back in 2019 when the Wave defeated Monterrey in the finals. Up ahead, Ludwig in a race, but Pardo's going to get there first. All the Sockers were bunched up in the attacking zone. So good read by Pardo to get back and
battle along the boards now.
Ludwig tripped down by Cardenas. Max Ludwig having his usual active game for the Wave tonight. Already has a goal. That was his 5th. Pardo comes up, clears away. This will be a top-of-the-arc restart.
Second top of the arc tonight for the Wave.
See if they can take advantage.
As I said earlier, the Wave without a lefty on their roster. So they like to overload this left-hand side with all the righties.
The strong left formation that the Wave has been featuring on these top-of-the-arc restarts so far this year. Alvarez on the ball. He's got Tony Walls behind him. Now Tony fading out behind him to the right as it comes in. Sanchez rips a shot, blocked.
That was Cardenas on the block, number 31.
That was well struck that time by Saucy Sanchez. Alex limited to just 1 assist so far tonight, but he's had a couple good cracks at the goal. They double team him out here as he will go to the post for Huffman. Max. Alvarez tried to curl one in, but he was off the mark. Pacheco trying to move it upfield. Ferdinand there for Milwaukee. Max, typically a forward or midfielder throughout his career, but playing primarily on defense. Had to move up to the target spot a little bit in that game against Kansas City. Did a nice job for Milwaukee. 39-year-old, originally from Haiti. Grew up in Reading, Pennsylvania. Huff for Alvarez. He'll play at far side. Here comes Tony Walls. Will crank one in. It's off the mark. Alvarez will reload. But good spell of possession here for Milwaukee early in the third period. No goals scored of yet in this frame. And we get a whistle and I believe a ridge in the carpet behind the goal. So Rich Grady calling time so he and Willie B can go over there and do a little carpet work. On the black carpet of Panther Arena, the only black carpet in the MASL. Got a few blue ones. We've got some green ones. Andre Hain, hand fighting.
It's a wrestling match.
Andre he let the ball carry him to the corner, and he was already hand fighting with Leo de Oliveira before it even rebounded out of there.
Both players looking at referee Rich Grady. Rich is like, what do you want me to do?
Mike Da Silva making his season debut for the Wave. The Milwaukee area resident. Now in his 7th league season. Was the leading scorer for the Harrisburg Heat last year. A total of 33 points as Correa got knocked down. And you know, it's interesting, Da Silva was teammates with Dom Francis, the high-scoring forward for the Kansas City Comets, but he was with Harrisburg the last several seasons. And Da Silva actually racked up more points than he did. Javi Steinwasser, he tried to slide one through for Alvarez, couldn't get it. Mario gets it back.
Made a nice move with the yellow line, probably should have shot.
Ludwig. Working against Serta, he'll touch it back. Alvarez and now Ferdinand, so.
Wave has dominated the possession here to start the second half.
Alvarez dumps it in for Oscar Flores. Oliveira able to check him off the play as they move it up on the far wing. Gets it back. And now Javi Steinwasser got back to break it up. Here's Max Ludwig, got around one man. Max 1-on-1 against Serta. Here he comes, trying to cut over to the left. Serta cuts it off. Good D there by Serta.
Got around 2. Cesar Serta said, no thanks, my friend.
Third time was a charm as Tony Walls drags down Tavoy Morgan. The foul is called. Tony, the former Wauwatosa East Red Raider, was All-State player in soccer, also an all-conference basketball player during his time at Tosa East. Oh, what a move, Pacheco, but the shot blocked. Stuart Grable able to get it. Now Salazar fires a shot and a goal. Banahene got a piece of it, but couldn't keep it out. Sockers have cut the deficit to 1 at 5-4.
Sockers against the run of play with a big strike that time by Juan Salazar. That man right there, number 17. He unleashed a left-footed missile that beat Banahene up high.
Drew Ruggles will get the assist as Salazar converts on his first goal of the year. This is only the second game that he has played. Salazar now in his third season, 27 games. He's got 6 goals in his regular season career. Alex Steinwasser pushing past to the corner. He will drive it across. Nobody home, near side. Mario Alvarez, rebound, back out, Hain. Oh, he moves it far side, header, shot, and a goal! Wave almost overpassing, but they convert. Super Mario.
Well, that's the second time tonight the Wave has immediately answered a San Diego goal with a goal of their own. That time it was that man, Super Mario, that finished off the header. As you said, looked like it was an overpassing by the Wave, but Mario finished it off. Here you see it again. There's once again Pardo giving up that rebound. The Wave pouncing on it.
So Mario gets his 8th goal of the year. 9 assists or 17 points, which keeps him tied with Alex Sanchez atop the Wave team scoring race. Alex Steinwasser will get the assist. That should be his 3rd of the night. They've only got him credited for 2, but he is having a heck of a night with a goal and 3 assists.
He's had a heck of a season so far.
Alex in his 3rd season with the Wave. His older brother Javi is in his 5th. And Alex really emerging as a star in the league this year. Willie B wanted to throw long. Now he will come up throwing near side for Oscar Flores. I'll tell you, Willie looks a lot better throwing the ball so far this year. Got to believe that arm and shoulder a little healthier than it's been in the past couple seasons. Flores.
Or maybe he got inspiration from the baseball playoffs.
Possibly from his old buddy, Ernie Clement. Willie B was 2 years ahead of Ernie Clement at Brighton High School in Rochester. They were athletic buddies. They weren't teammates in any sport. There's a drive in by Sanchez that's blocked out high. But they knew each other as 2 of the athletic studs, you would say, around Brighton High School. And Willie B said they still stay in touch. Serta all the way, centering on the play as he was looking for Mendez, but could not redirect it in.
Too bad for Sebastian Mendez. It was on his left foot as well.
Mendez gets it back. Sockers changing it behind, so he will play it for Cardenas. Salazar, the latest goal scorer, rolls one in wide. Now they keep the zone. Mendez, top of the area, trip down, and a blue card coming. And in reality, there really wasn't much. I thought it was Ludwig that put him down. Oh, it's Max, excuse me. No, it was the other Max.
There's going to be a official's timeout on the floor.
So we'll take a break. 6:20 left to go. It's the Wave 6, San Diego 4 with a San Diego power play coming up. You're watching MASL TV. Sockers on the power play as we come back to the action with 6:20 left to go, 3rd period. Wave leading at 6-4. Craig Childs on the ball.
He's got Leo and Pereira to his left.
He will try to slot it through and blocked out by Escueta. So the Wave shorthand team holds for now. San Diego so far this year, uncharacteristically, not one of the better power play teams. They're just 2 for 11, 82%. Have not given up any shorthand goals. The Wave, as Art and I talked about earlier, not a great penalty killing team so far this year. Just 42.9%. They have given up 4 goals in 7 times shorthanded, and they have no shorthand goals. And behind the play, injured player from Milwaukee, I think that's Stuart Grable.
Boy, and I was really surprised the Steinwashers didn't take a chance there and try to attack 2v2 against Pereira and Giles.
See Stewart kind of holding his rib area there. Hopefully he's going to be okay. He's a tough customer. Stuart Grable with a big goal earlier tonight. His first of the season. I put the Wave up 4-3 in the second period. Milwaukee would take a 5-3 lead into halftime right now. Still maintaining a 6-4 advantage over the Sockers, but the Sockers on the power play. Pereira and Mendez out high. You've also got Childs, Morgan, and De Oliveira, who gets it right at the end board. Tried to jam it in. Willie B cut him off.
Childs over there in his office along the left-hand boards. He's deadly over there.
Milwaukee with Correa, Escueta, and the Steinwashers trying to kill this off. Morgan, oh, knocked away. Now De Oliveira trying to send it in. Pereira with it, being harassed by Correa. Sockers got to reload. They still got 40 seconds on the power play. Pereira plays it square. Mendez will track it down. Leo at the point. Morgan plays it for Pereira. Has to let it hit off the board. Now back for Leo. Tried to go far post looking for Craig Childs. Wave still can't clear. 15 seconds on the power play. Pereira's straight away. Mendez with a shot deflected. And it ping-pongs around. Wave get it out momentarily. And this is going to kill off the rest of the penalty. Ludwig is in. Wave still changing up otherwise. And up it comes. Ludwig ahead for Andre Hain. Andre and Ludwig coming down. Andre, what a move there. Here's Max coming in with a shot. Save Pardo. Well, they manufactured a pretty good chance out of that.
Good job by the Wave penalty killing team.
That was a timely penalty kill there. Again, the Sockers have not had a lot of success, relatively speaking, but they're still a great power play unit.
Those numbers will change as the season wears on. They got too many
great players that they still aren't going to pick it up with the man advantage.
One guy that they don't have tonight that's big on their power play is Charlie Gonzalez.
Yep. No question. Ruggles finds Morgan. Cerda. Jesus Pacheco. Top of the area. Oh, he fires one. Wow, he made a great move. He had it on that left foot, but unfortunately.
Pacheco and Mendez look so much alike out there, Tom.
Neither are real big. Pacheco 5'6", 149 pounds from Northridge, California. Mendez is a Dallas, Texas native. 5'7", 132.
If they still had Brandon Escoto, you'd have 3 of those little lefties. But tell you what, it's Escoto is virtually impossible to replace out there.
No, he was a superstar, no question about it. Javi, or rather Alex, coming in. Drives it in, kick save Pardo, goes out of bounds.
Alex's Steinwasher's pace has really given the Sockers a lot of problems out here tonight.
He is a big guy who can move out there. Now Sanchez. Couldn't get a shooting alley. He'll play it back for Mario Alvarez. Each team with a goal here in the third period. Wave maintaining the 2-goal advantage. Huff turning shot, score! Huff, the stuff, with his second of the night, and Milwaukee leads at 7-4.
Huff had a chance like that in the first meeting between these two teams where he shot it just wide. But that time, a turning volley from the right-hand side beat Pardo up top. And that's the 4th goal that the Wave has scored where they've beaten Boris up high. Check it out. There's Alvarez claps in, and that ball just hit Huff right in stride. There he was. You see him pointing to the left, and that's right where it was delivered, and once again beats Pardo up high.
You cannot execute that shot any better than Derek Huffman just did. And Milwaukee now with a 7-4 lead, their largest of the contest. Alvarez, who scored the previous goal for Milwaukee, picks up the 6th. Mario now with 10 assists on the year. That ties him with Omar Sila of Baltimore for the league's playmaking lead with 10 assists. Alvarez now back on top of the Wave team scoring chart with 18 points, 1 point ahead of Alex Sanchez. Leo, shot blocked by Mike Da Silva. So Mike playing some valuable minutes. Wave acquired him on loan from the Harrisburg Heat, who have dropped down to M2 for this season, but are expected to return to the top division next year. Up ahead, Flores. Flores coming in, getting chased from behind, spins away, now plays it far side to Silva. Well, I'm sure he wanted to do that a little more efficiently, but just didn't work out.
The spin move?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got away from him just a little bit.
That was Estrella who was chasing. Savoy Morgan trying to get past Max Ferdinand, and Max wouldn't let him do it. Savoy went down. They play on. That's a good call. No call. Ludwig out of the back, running 2-on-2 with Hain. He'll play one off the end board, and Cardenas is there to control. Up and down action here at Panther Arena tonight. Mendez trying to come forward. He's cut off by Steinwasser. Now Mario Alvarez on the far wall. Nicely done to get it to Huff, and they work it around. Wave can work some clock now with a 3-goal lead and a minute left to go in the third, but unfortunately, Avi Steinwasser serves it in the crowd. He was trying to go for Huff, but unfortunately, curled one into the crowd. If you're an indoor soccer fan, though, AK, you got to love the pace of this game.
Yeah,
Both teams
been good.
Putting on a show tonight. Only game in the league tonight. 3 more tomorrow, 1 on Monday. Matinee, as that one by Pacheco set in. Baltimore will be at Utica City for the Monday matinee day game on MLK Day. Alex Steinwasser breaking through the defense. Nice sliding tackle, Salazar. Salazar looking for a second goal. He didn't miss by much. Wave trying to move it out with 15 seconds. And well done just by Mario Alvarez to clear. Trying to use up a little more time.
Now you got to step up and block a shot.
Ruggles will drive it in. Oh, he found Childs. And the redirection up and over. That would have been a great goal for the Sockers at the end of the third. So as it is, Wave will keep the 3-goal advantage going to the fourth. It's Milwaukee 7, San Diego 4. Don't go anywhere, fans. Coming back for the fourth quarter here on MASL TV.
Baltimore and Utica City is they'll sit back and then they'll come out and pressure. And then they'll sit back and then they'll pressure. And tonight has been pretty much the same game plan the entire time. And what's happened is the Wave has exposed San Diego in the middle areas of the field where they've run by San Diego time and again. And they've given up 7 goals, which is really not heard of too often against San Diego. And I don't think there's no way he's dropping back now, down 7-4. But as we talked about, the man that's on the ball right now, Savoy Morgan, has got to get going. He's got to get going. And I hate to put it on just Savoy because there's a number of other players too that can up their offensive output too. But it would be a big help if Savoy found his scoring stride.
All right, Sockers with it. As we start the fourth, they go right to left. Sockers with still 2 more games left before they return to Front Wave Arena in Oceanside for the next home game. That'll be Sunday, February 1st, I should say. Sunday, February 1st, when they host the Tacoma Stars. Now, Alex Steinwasser comes up with it midfield. Almost worked his way around the Sockers defense, but Pacheco poked it away. Yeah, Sockers will be in Empire to take on the Strikers this upcoming Thursday, January 22nd. And then they have to take another trip back to Baltimore a week from tonight. Take on the Blast. That is some tough scheduling there for the Sockers. Pacheco, head up, takes a shot. Parried away by Willie B. Willie B's had a solid game tonight for Milwaukee. Pereira, top of the area, double team, taken away. Tony Walls.
Tony Walls has played a fantastic game so far against Nick Pereira.
Yep, done a great job so far, shutting down one of the great legends of the MASL. Leo with a shot, saved by Willie B. And the Sockers able to come up with it, but now cleared downfield by Milwaukee. Cesar Cerda will quickly get it. Cerda, the native of Saltillo, Mexico. There he is, center circle, near side, Drew Ruggles. Mike Da Silva able to cut him off. Actually, that ball creeped over the wall into the Sockers bench. So again, you got Wave hosting the Kansas City Comets here tomorrow, 2 o'clock Central Time at Panther Arena. You also have Utica City visiting Baltimore. That's an 11 a.m. Central Time start, noon Eastern. As this one kept in play, headed across. Estrella tracks it down, and Ruggles eventually able to get it. And then tomorrow night, they'll be back in Tacoma. Stars back on the home turf to host the Ontario Strikers.
Where they feel very comfortable, by the way.
Undefeated at home, 5-0-0. They haven't done much on the road. Here's Flores coming in. Oh! Puts it off the near frame. Tried to pick his spot on the short side and just missed it. So the score remains 7-4. Max Ludwig got called for the foul. There's a look at Ludwig briefly, who had his 5th earlier in the game. And foul behind the play called on the way. When somebody named Ludwig has his 5th, Art, you know it's an epic moment. Of course, Beethoven's first name was Ludwig. And don't ask me any other classical
No.
history or references, classical music history or references. Sean Esquita called for the foul. Sean not very happy with it. There's the 4th-year pro out of Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin, and UW Milwaukee.
You give San Diego too many of these opportunities on the restarts, they're eventually going to make you pay.
Now Cardenas has put on the 6th attacker jersey, so he comes on with the goalkeeper Pardo going out for now. Free kick straight on and driven through, but deflected away. Empty net to the right as we look at it. Leo throws down Grable, and they keep control.
San Diego brings Pardo back in.
So Cardenas just a brief appearance there as the extra attacker. Still plenty of time for the Sockers to rally in this one with 11:45 left to go. And the shot up high by Leo de Oliveira comes right back far side, and Childs with a shot blocked. Wave again defensively has really stepped up to make some key blocks here tonight. Remember, for that game tomorrow, if you're in the Milwaukee area, check it out. Go to MilwaukeeWave.com for tickets and info. MilwaukeeWave.com, your source for everything Wave. Zach Reggett and the Kansas City Comets. Zach, the leading scorer in the league so far, perennial all-star in this league. I'm sure he'll bring his big group along from Kenosha that usually comes up to support him. Sockers with extended possession here, but unable to create an opportunity in that particular sequence. Wave defense holding 40 here so far. Morgan trying to turn, lost the touch. Leo with it back. Boy, it seems like Leo's been on the field practically this entire game. The 36-year-old Brazilian.
The pass master.
Yes, he was from a few years ago. Cardenas. Morgan trying to spin.
There we go.
Double team though, and couldn't really get much of a shot. Looked like he might have banged his knee. Hopefully he's okay. Will he be with a long throw out for Alex Steinwasser? But it deflected off him from behind. Mendez, Estrella, and good defense there by Escueta. Estrella gets it back, and he's off the mark. Good chance there for his second goal of the night, but he couldn't quite convert.
I like what I've seen from Australia tonight, man. He is very deliberate when he gets it. Doesn't hesitate.
Yeah, he's been extremely active. Both sides of the field. Tony Walls battling with Pereira. As you said, Art, that battle's been going on intensely for the night. Quick restart. Salazar. Wave defense collapses and forces him back out. Salazar also has a goal tonight. Drives one that Willie B, I think, might have got a piece of that one. Out near midfield, Ruggles has it. Sockers have had just about all the possession here for the last couple of minutes.
They've had the whole fourth quarter so far.
Driven in, redirection does not get through, and the Wave will clear. Again, Milwaukee leading by 3. Alex Steinwasser wanted to go off for a change, but he's got to stay back on as the Sockers come right back with it. Got some tired legs now for Milwaukee defensively as they've been out there for a long time. Cerda with Huffman, keeping track of him. Ruggles. Now Pacheco as Javi Steinwasser stays right with him. Well, I tell you, solid defensive effort here from the Wave to start this fourth quarter. Still 7-4, that's what it was coming into the period. Cerda, shot blocked, out of bounds.
Escueta that time. If you're Marcio Leite, you might be considering a timeout here to give their boys some brief rest.
Off the inboard, rolls across. Ruggles will get it. Well, the next break would possibly be our media timeout. Giles sends it up, shot. Saved by Willie B, can he grab it? Yes! Wow, that one bouncing around for a little bit.
Surprised it didn't hit the netting. Went straight up in the air and came straight back down.
That was on a shot by Adrian Reyes that Bonahoney made a save. Here's Flores spinning, coming in,
Wow.
shot, a goal!
Wow.
Oscar with the big O! And Milwaukee leads it 8-4.
That spin move that he has is extremely quick. He showed it twice tonight down on that right side, and that time it couldn't have come at a better time for the Wave as they extend their lead to 4. After a great finish that time by that man, number 16, Oscar Flores.
Timeout on the floor. Wave on a 3-goal run for the second time tonight. Milwaukee 8, San Diego 4. We'll come back with the rest of this one on MASL TV. So now 8-4, Wave over the Sockers as we come down the stretch. 7:32 left to go in the fourth quarter here from Panther Arena. Oscar Flores with his 6th goal of the year. The rookie from Venezuela by way of Chicago. Now 6 goals, 2 assists for 8 points. It's listed unassisted. Somebody fed him the ball, though, Art, and I'm thinking it was probably Escueta, but we'll have to double check. There you see Mitchell Cardenas as the extra attacker.
Well, what was impressive about that Flores goal is he spun like Cedar Cerda.
Broken up, Correa toward the empty net. Put it on the board. 9-4 Milwaukee. And if there was an over-under, this one is over.
Yeah, an untimely giveaway that time by the Sockers right off the kickoff.
Cesar Correa with his second of the year made no mistake on the launch to the empty net. Check it out one more time.
We see Nick Pereira isn't going to give the ball away that cheaply very often. We talked about the Chicago boys, Sanchez and Flores. There's another one right there, Cesar Correa.
Derek Huffman from Elgin. Who else? Nestor Dominguez, who unfortunately for Nestor has got an ankle injury, not available for tonight. But we've got a bunch of them. And again, we don't hold it against them if they're Bears fans. Although I don't mind for tomorrow if they are.
Oh, you know they're Bears fans.
Bears fans, Cubs fans. When they were playing the Wave and helping the Wave do well, we love them just as much. You know, I talked about Oscar Flores being in the Big O. Some of our younger fans might not remember, AK, the original Big O who played ball here in Milwaukee.
Seeing that was in the 1970s, Tom, I don't think they would.
Of course, they're talking about Oscar Robertson, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Finished up his NBA career, his last 4 seasons of his 14-year career with the Wave. That one deflected out of play. Looked like Correa was almost going to get another crack at the empty net. Wave on a 4-goal run since the Sockers scored midway through the third period to make it a 5-4 game. That was after the goal by Salazar from Drew Ruggles at 6:30. But a key goal, Wave came back just 24 seconds. Mario Alvarez getting his 8th of the year from Alex Steinwasser, and that got the momentum, well, quelled the momentum for San Diego a bit. And then the Wave was able to stretch it out again after that. Craig Childs lost the touch. Walls works it over now. Sanchez looking up at the empty net. But Cardenas going to get back there to deflect away. Still got 5:45 left to go. I'm not saying the Sockers are necessarily going to come back and win this thing, but obviously they can score goals in a hurry, and they could definitely. There's enough time to make things interesting here. Wave will have a quick turnaround. They'll be ready to host the Kansas City Comets here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time. Go to MilwaukeeWave.com for tickets and info.
You know, unfortunately, we haven't seen San Diego here in this building over the years very, very often. It's too bad because we haven't gotten to see number 37, Craig Childs, play very, very much. I mean, boy, what a we've missed some highlights, man. We've missed some highlights with that guy.
Absolutely. One of the great players truly in the history of this league and in the Sockers organizational history. Alex Steinwasser had that shot blocked. Max Ferdinand tracking down Max and Pacheco. Max almost got it back. Leo de Oliveira. Morgan, little touch back shot in the goal. That was nicely done.
Well, there's Tavoy. That's what he does. Finds himself right in the middle of the box and lays balls off. He spins and scores. And it's been too long coming for Tavoy, and that was right there. Maybe that's a good sign that he'll get on track going forward here.
So Jesus Pacheco with his second of the night, second of the season. And Tavoy Morgan with the assist. Tavoy with his first point of the night, his third helper of the year. 6th attacker goal for the Sockers. Again, it's still never over when it's over, especially when you're playing this team. Should be another beautiful day for indoor soccer tomorrow, AK. Game time temperature probably hovering around 10 degrees with, well, hopefully the snow will be done by then. Javi Steinwasser trying to come in. Laid it off to Correa. And
let's see if Marcio, he throws the flag with some veracity there.
Javi got, looked like he got held up a bit as he was trying to get on the end of that return pass from Correa. Sockers are trying to say that it was a dive. But now we'll let the officials sort it out on the MASL video review.
Milwaukee is challenging for potential missed blue card. Play is under review.
So after this weekend, the Wave will come back with a back-to-back against the St. Louis Ambush. It will be this upcoming Saturday, a week from tonight, in St. Louis, and then quick turnaround, AK, with the two teams meeting here in Milwaukee. Ambush, undoubtedly a significantly improved team this year, and that should be a good weekend battle. Let's take a look one more time on the replay.
Great move that time initially.
I think they might have just got their feet tangled up more so than Javi taken down. But
let's see what number 29 here.
That's Cesar Cerda. Boris Pardo, the goalkeeper, coming back in for San Diego. He had been inserted back in the lineup after the Sockers scored to make it 9-5. Wave has gotten to Boris for 8 goals tonight. 1 was scored against the 6th attacker. You're not going to see Boris Pardo give up too many 8-goal, yield 8 goals in too many games. Free kick, Sanchez! Put a little sauce on that Sanchez. It's 10-5 Milwaukee.
Well, that's something new we've seen this year is Sanchez shooting directly off the free kicks. And with that bullet of a shot he has, man, what a weapon.
Saucy Sanchez with his 13th of the season. So Sanchez tonight with a goal and an assist to give him 18 points on the year. He reties Mario Alvarez atop the Wave scoring chart.
Put a little fire on that one, Tom.
Unassisted on the restart goal. Yeah, I'd love to see the radar gun on that one, AK. That one had some pace to it.
And you see Boris had no chance. He was still setting up his wall. Walls walked right in front of him.
Javi Steinwasser pokes it away, but the Sockers will get it back. Still 4 minutes left to go in this game. Hope everybody throughout the league has enjoyed this one as the only game going on the schedule tonight.
I have to think you got to go back sometime for a regular season game where San Diego has given up 10 goals.
Yeah, I would think so as well. Maybe back in the days when they were battling Soles de Sonora down in Mexico. Foul call there as Alex Steinwasser got bumped down by Leo. Tell you, I'm impressed, Leo, the work that he's put in tonight. Like I said, it seems like he's been out on the field practically the whole time for the Sockers. And now challenge flag.
You know, we've seen this time and time again, Tom, in these games. And I say, just like the NFL, under a certain time, the coaches
Milwaukee
shouldn't
is
have
challenging
the
for
challenge
potential
flag.
blue card. Players under review.
Referees on the field. Because what happens if the coach has it, he's okay, I might as well use it.
Well, yes, if you're not going to have a system where there's no repercussion for an unsuccessful challenge other than losing your flag, a la the NHL, where if you have an unsuccessful challenge, it costs your team a penalty.
We've seen it here twice tonight where you're challenging for a blue card, right? You're challenging for a blue card, but then the referee says, oh, well, is this a foul? And then they give the coach the challenge back. Well, if you're challenging for a blue card and it's not a blue card, then you shouldn't get your challenge back. It's a foul. Doesn't warrant you to get your challenge flag back again.
No argument here.
And here we see, you know, I guess because of the kind of flip he took, that it makes it appear pretty bad. I think they'll do the same thing.
Both Steinwassers have...
After review, the decision on the field stands. Free kick, Milwaukee, no blue card.
And, of course, the local fans not enthralled by the card, but I guess I didn't see anything that heinous. The sixth attacker, Cardenas, was up near midfield, so if Steinwasser isn't fouled, then maybe he gets to launch one down toward the empty net. But Wave up 10-5 anyway. I hardly think it's going to be a turning point in the game with 3:29 left to go. What do you think about the Comets coming in tomorrow, Art?
No, I think they'll be a little bit more rested than the Wave, obviously. The game last night didn't take much out of them.
Yeah, not a high-stress victory over the Tacoma Stars last night in KC. I got to believe Coach Stefan Stokic and the rest of his club, and no whistle here as Squid turns and shoots.
Well, he had a 2v1 there with Serta had he just gotten his head up.
Alex Steinwasser taken down by Taylor Bond, and Taylor Walter Bond going to go to the box. He slaps hands with Alex to tell him that he didn't mean anything physically harmful there.
Well, what I think is first place will be on the line tomorrow, Tom, is the Wave with this victory, if they do hold on, moves to just 2 points behind Kansas City.
Wave would be at 19 points. Sockers would hold at 16. They'd still be in third place. And again, San Diego still with 2 more road games left before they get back to the friendly confines of Front Wave Arena in Oceanside.
Well, what a start for the Wave this season. 4 victories, 2 against San Diego, 2 against Kansas City. 3 of the 4 games are been on the road.
Very impressive. Yeah, when that schedule came out, I remember we were talking about it, saying that was a pretty daunting first third of the season schedule, first quarter of the season. Still a long way to go, but you definitely got to like the way the Wave has performed so far. And as you know, we've kind of talked. Here's Max, far side, and the shot by Tony Walls just deflected wide. One of the defenders got a leg in there. So the Wave with its first power play tonight, 1 for each team so far. Wave just 3 for 11, 27% on the season. Sockers killing them off at 80%, 12 of 15. Max Ludwig, far side. Sanchez, great save, Pardo. Boris not yielding goals, even when his team trails by 5 and 2 minutes left to go.
The King of Queens stops one of the Wave's aces right there in Alex Sanchez.
Yes, he did. Walls pushed down by a frustrated Cardenas. There's Mitchell Cardenas, the native of Mexico City. Just turned 34 9 days ago, January 8th. Doesn't look a day over 29, I'd say. So the Wave, still with 35 seconds on the power play. Max Ferdinand looking for Sanchez. Wave trying to put the cherry on top of this one. Alvarez shot knocked away. Cardenas trying to clear. Ball deflected out. Now Sockers do eventually get it ahead to Mendez. Sockers again without Morales or Acosta tonight. Those additions are going to help going forward. Alvarez cut off by Serta. They don't get the shot off. A penalty expires as Taylor Walter Bond comes back out. And we're down to the final 50 seconds. So without Luis Mirandas and Gabriel Costa, Sockers a bit undermanned here tonight.
And Charlie Gonzalez.
Charlie Gonzalez as well. Yeah, those are 3 of key players for San Diego, but I'm sure they'll be back shortly and re-energize San Diego. And you can join.
Well, another guy that has given the Wave fits over the years has been Pee Wee Ortega, who has been out this whole season so far.
Right. Max Ludwig dribble it out. Well, I'm sure they'll have some interesting games, especially in San Diego with the outstanding broadcast team there. Craig Elston, Brian Farber, Tony Sanchez, always very informative and entertaining to listen to. Always look forward to those broadcasts out in Oceanside. February 1st, the next home game for the Sockers January 18th, tomorrow, the next home game for the Wave when they host Kansas City here at 2 o'clock Central Time. Willie B makes the final save of the game, and that will do it. Big win for the Wave. Our final score, Milwaukee 10, San Diego 5.